going to start from the beginning. My parents, they had me at a young age, right when they were in high school. So they didn't work out, they didn't stay together. And when, they separated, I was with my mom. And my father was pursuing his rapping career. He used to rap with Easy, and he was with like Bone Thugs and Harmony and stuff like that. And he was doing what he had to do to make sure his son was taken care of and everything like that. And him and my mother had a lot of issues, so it was crazy in the beginning. But my mother's mother passed away, my grandmother, and my mom resulted into drugs and other things like that. So she ended up getting tired of that, and she called this program to change everything. So me and my sisters went and moved in with my aunt for I think maybe like a year. And so my aunt took care of us and everything. And then in that time period, Easy had died, like maybe sometime before that. I'm not sure exactly the time. But something had happened with my dad, and he decided to give his life to God. And he was like, I was going hard in the world, so I'm going to try to give this God thing a try, because his mother, my other grandmother, was a praying woman. When he would come home from the club, she was praying for him and stuff like that. So he already knew about God. So he decided to change his life, and then he got full custody of me, and I moved in with him and everything. So from there on, maybe about the 6th grade until I was about 18, I was around church, and I was around youth groups and everything like that. Like, I knew who God was, but I never had my own personal relationship with him. It was more out of like a job. It felt like a job because, my dad was there, so I had to be there. And I was in youth group, so, it was fun. There was not too much pressure to live right. So at school, I would be living one way, and then youth group, I would be living another way. Yeah, so I really didn't have a relationship with God for myself. And when I turned 18, because my father was kind of strict, and I played a lot of sports, so I didn't have a lot of extra time to do the things I wanted. As soon as I turned 18, I moved out of the house, and I pretty much did things on my own. And that's when I got into like going to clubs, drinking, smoking. I didn't do those things like heavily, but I wanted to try things because I was like, oh, I'm 18, I want to try all these things. And I ended up dropping out of college. So pretty much wanting to have fun and try things had me going backwards. But my senior year, I'll take you back for a second. My senior year, I was playing baseball, and that's what I wanted to do with my career. And I got hurt. So all of the outlet that I have with sports got taken from me because I got injured. So I got lost in wanting to try new things and then needing an outlet because I didn't have sports. So when I turned 18, I hit the streets, and I was trying to find myself through other women, messing with other women, partying, going to clubs and everything like that. But when I got around this dance called Crump, I met a group of people who were really serious about God, and they were my age, and it was a shock to me because where I was from, people weren't really serious about God. Like, they knew who God was, and they were lukewarm. They were like, here and there. They would do both things. But when I met this group of people, they were fully sold out for God, and they were able to have fun, and they were able to have fun without drinking, smoking, and doing all those things. So when I met them, I was like, yo, like, you guys really don't do any of these things? Like, you guys don't listen to worldly music, you don't club, you don't smash chicks, like, you don't do any of that? And they were like, nah, we really don't. And I couldn't understand it. So that right there made me want to find out what it was that they were doing to keep them like that. I was interested. So I came around, I was around them, and from there, I started to get a relationship with God myself, and it became to the point where I wasn't doing things because I felt like I had to stop. I stopped doing things because I wanted to. I just wasn't interested in those things anymore. So through Crump and meeting those people, I got reached and I found God for myself and got a personal relationship with Him. And ever since then, I've been on. I'm Joey Turman, also known as Knucklehead, and this is my testimony.